Good morning, Barstow. I'm Austin Zollers.
And I'm Demir Capon. We have a quite saucy show for you today. Let's roll the intro.
I know you want this for life, taking pictures with all my eyes, but I can't have no wife. I just want you for the night.
I just want you.
Welcome back. So let's get
Wait,
into some
Austin.
more. Yeah?
What are you doing this weekend?
Nothing?
Do you want to maybe come over and I can show you a few tricks with my Rubik's Cube?
Actually, I have plans.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's just roll my piece about it right now.
What? No.
Roll
no.
it, roll it.
What?
So there's a couple ways to solve the Rubik's Cube. There's a way that beginners learn, and then there's a way that you can do it that just dramatically increases your speed. And both methods rely on the same basic logic, but they're just slightly different, and obviously, like I said, one gives you substantially more speed than the other. To solve a Rubik's Cube, you have to follow certain algorithms. And the algorithms, there's different ways to do it. There are pictures of it, so it kind of shows you which sides you need to turn and so on. The way I learned, there's letters, and you kind of learn which letter means different things. And in the end, it really all comes together, and you start to memorize these algorithms and see different shortcuts where you can bypass certain things, and that's where speed really becomes the next level. You know, it is really good for your brain to learn about the Rubik's Cube. It's definitely a mathematical challenge, and the more you learn about it, the more interesting it becomes. And I definitely recommend it to anyone who is interested.
Super interesting.
So, Austin, if you don't have any time for me this weekend, what do you even have going on?
Well, it's a 3-day weekend, as we know, thanks to Columbus Day, and there's plenty going on in Kansas City. Isn't that right, Gracie?
That's right. Tonight, members of the 2012 and 2016 U.S. Olympic gymnastics teams will be showcasing their skills at the Kellogg's Tour of Gymnastics Champions at the Sprint Center at 7. Also tonight is First Fridays down in the Crossroads, so head down to enjoy exhibits, art, live music, and more. It's October, and you all know what that means. The haunted houses are open. Doors open at 7:30, and tickets range around $40. Enjoy your long week in Barstow, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday.
Thanks, Gracie. In other news, volunteers are needed for the Upper School Musical on October 13th, 14th, and 15th. Please sign up on the document attached to Miss Zimmerman's email to earn some neat Barstow service hours.
Austin, are you going to go to the musical?
I'm going to be the first one in the auditorium, Demir.
Of course. Well, moving on, all honor ceramic students need to meet down in the cave during today's flex. If you don't, you'll be made into a vase. Now, wouldn't that be a nightmare?
Well, speaking of nightmares, the Pretenders production of The Actor's Nightmare is kicking into gear. Let's take a look at this lovely cast list. For the male lead, George, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Ethan Dosky. For Meg, we have Amanda. Gwen Law will be playing the eloquent Sarah. Luke Luma will be playing Henry. Gia Tucker will be playing Ellen. The Wonder Twins will be played by Robbie and Emma Nunnick. And lastly, the seductive executioner will be played by Sai Gandhi. The play will be directed by myself and Libby Rohr. It's going to be a great time, and we're all super excited.
Wow, Austin, how come I didn't get the lead then?
Another time, Demir. Another time.
Okay. Well, speaking of first, for the first time in Barstow tennis history, the Lady Knights team moved 5 players on to the Missouri State Individual Tennis Championships. Led by their steady seniors and a feisty sophomore in singles, the Lady Knights made a clean sweep of all 3 courts against a group from 14-1 Marshall. At number 1 doubles, defending 2015 state champs, seniors Janie King and Amelia Smith made quick work punching their ticket to a 6-0, 6-0 win. Congrats, girls. The girls would also like to thank Mr. Luce for coming to the game.
Wow, that's insane, right?
Austin, what are you doing?
I'm just catching up on some news straight from the Pub Hub.
You know what this calls for.
A selfie. And if you all want to follow us on Instagram, we have an Instagram, Barstow_TV.
Let's introduce someone who is in charge of all the news outside of Beeline. Lisa Tulp is the communication director at Barstow. Let's roll it.
After college, my first job in television was working as a producer in Council Bluffs, Iowa, at a tiny cable television operation where they said, the news starts around 5, it gets over around 5:30, see if you can fill it. So that was a big challenge. We were a bunch of new, fresh kids right out of school, and I learned a lot there. And then I went to Topeka, Kansas, and then I went to Lexington, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, and ultimately back here to Channel 9 in Kansas City. I came to Barstow because I was looking for a little bit more flexibility. I also have 4 children, 2 of whom are in college now, but 2 left at home that are in high school. And I came from a place where I was in a pattern of working a lot of hours, working 7 days a week. And I thought, I only have 4 more years at home with kids, so I want a little bit more flexibility, and I found that here. Here at Barstow, I am managing the communication process, so anything that goes out to faculty, parents, the student community, I'm writing that, managing that, looking for accuracy, and I'm also charged with writing more news items. There are things happening here, not just every day, but every hour. In fact, I have too much content right now, so I'm here to share the good news about all the great things that happen at Barstow. Hey Todd, can you help me figure something out? Like you do every day. I'm a collaborator. I don't like to create anything in a vacuum. I like to bounce ideas off of people, and even though he's sitting back there in a dark corner, I can always holler over my shoulder, hey Todd, what do you think about this? And he always has an opinion. Let's choose one, shall we?
I think we should.
I know what we'll choose. I am absolutely voracious about gathering the good news and great announcements and saying congratulations to all the students that do great things from the pre-K level all the way up through upper school. So anytime anyone has something they want to share, a great thing that's happening at their club, an award they've won, some kind of accomplishment, benchmark, or just an event that they'd like to get the word out about, email me, lisa.tulp@barstowschool.org, or stop in my office. I'm just across from the Hybrid Learning Consortium offices now, in their old offices. I'm happy to hear it. I'd love to hear it and share it. My door is always open.
Wow, awesome. Well, it's been a long show and even a longer week. I've been Austin Zollers.
And I'm Demir Capon. Get some sleep, Barstow.